Hi there and welcome to this Shopify tutorial for beginners. Shopify is an online platform that allows you to create online stores. So you don't need to have any coding skills. You don't even need to know how to manage a web server. All you have to do is create your Shopify account, and then you can start adding your product and designing your online store using the Shopify interface. So throughout this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can create a full e-commerce website using Shopify. So if you're a beginner, this tutorial is for you. And I'm going to put all the videos in one playlist, so you can look at the description to find the link to the playlist. I will add the videos one step at a time. Make sure that you watch them in the playlist if you want to watch them consecutively. So the first step, of course, you need an account. You're going to create a new account, and Shopify will give you a free trial for 14 days. And that's the one I'm going to use to do this tutorial. Right. So first I'd like to ask you if you're going to build your store on Shopify, please consider supporting my endeavors. And if you want to go to Shopify using my affiliate link, you can just go using bizanosa.com/sf. So we go to bizanosa.com/sf. And this is going to take you to Shopify. And this is my affiliate link. So if you'd like to support my endeavors, I will greatly appreciate that. So you see, this will redirect you to get the free trial. And to get the free trial, the first thing you're going to have to do is you'll put in your email address, and then you can continue from there creating the online store. And we're going to do that in this video. So let's get started. So just enter your email address. So once you enter your email address, just click on Start Free Trial. And then enter a strong password and your store name. So a strong password could be something that has alphanumerics and special characters. Okay, so you can just use numbers and you add special characters within that to make the password strong. And then you give your store a name. Okay, you're going to get a .myshopify link, .myshopify.com store, and you can use that, but you will be much better off to buy a domain name, and you're going to see how to do that in upcoming videos. So let's say for me, I want to create a store that sells menswear, so clothing for men, just t-shirts for men. So if I want to create something like that, I can create something that I will be able to remember. So I can call my store Broader Wear. So that's just the name of the store, and make sure you remember it, because once we get the link, you're going to use that to log into your store, and I will show you how to do that as well. So enter the password and then click on Create Your Store. And I want you to come up here. You'll see that the name of my store has been taken as the link for my store. So if you ever want to log into your store, just copy this up to admin and then save it somewhere, or you can bookmark it. You can bookmark it on your browser. And if you come here, you'll just be asked for the email address and your password to log in. So make sure you can save this somewhere. And then fill in these details. Are you already selling? No, I'm just going to say I'm not selling products yet. Do you have something to sell? Yes, I have something to sell. This doesn't really matter. This is just for their own statistics. It doesn't help you in any way. What is your current revenue? It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to put that there. Which industry will you be operating in? I'll just put there other. It doesn't really matter. Are you setting up a store for a client? I can click that or uncheck it. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to go next. And then you can add your address and all these details. So make sure that you add all the details for your store right here, and you know these details for yourself. So enter them, and then once you do that, click on Enter My Store. As soon as you do that, you're going to get redirected to the Shopify admin dashboard, and this is where you'll do everything. This is where you're going to build. This is where you're going to add the products, design the pages, and so much more. So if you want to design your pages, you'll have to come here under Online Store. If you want to add products, just click there, Add Products, and you're going to see how to do all that in upcoming videos. So let me go to my email and see if there's anything that I will need to confirm on that side. If I need to confirm my email address, I'm not sure if that's something I need to do. Let's just see. Okay, so I don't need to confirm anything, but you can see that if you forget the link to your site, the link to your login, you can just go to the first email address, the first email that was sent to you from Shopify, welcome to Shopify, and then you can click admin, you can click the link, you can save this link. If you go to the link, it's going to take you to your dashboard, or if you're not logged in, it's going to bring the login. Let's just do that in a private browser. Let me open this in a private window, and when I open it in a private window, you're going to see that it will require me to log in. So every time you want to log in, you'll just come in here, enter your email address, and then enter your password, and that's going to bring you to your dashboard. So just make sure that you save this link somewhere in your browser. You can save it even manually on a form, manually in a text pad, and then you can just copy it into your browser every time you want to log in, okay? Or if you can remember the name of your store, you can just enter the name of your store, .myshopify.com/admin, and that's going to log you into your store. So since I will be doing this tutorial over a course of a certain period of time, I will have to recreate the store inside of my partner's account, because under partner's account, I can have unlimited trial period. I won't be able to sell and make any actual orders, but I will have a forever trial plan that I can use to do tutorials. Even in future, if I need to make updates, I will just do that using the same store without having to recreate it, because this is going to expire after about 14 days. This is going to expire, and I don't want this to expire. So I'm just going to recreate this inside of my partner's account. And I do have a video of how to create that. You can find that on YouTube as well. If you need the link, just let me know in the description. But if you're sure that you want to build your store, just start with the free trial, because the free trial is going to give you everything you need, just the same as the partner's account. And this is much easier to use because you just log in straight to your store. So that's it for this part. In this part, you've seen how to set up your Shopify free trial. You can build your store even in 2 days. If you already have the content, the products, the images, basically all the content that you need for your store, if you already have that, you can build your store. Even in a day, your store can be up and running, provided that you're willing to just ensure that you're willing to work and follow along with me throughout in every video. And you can have your store ready in a very short period of time. So the 14-day trial is enough time for you to build and get your store up and running. In the next section, we're going to continue from here. In the next section, let's just do an overview of the dashboard, and I'm going to make it a quick one because most of these things are very self-explanatory. You can just click on them and look at them. That's it for this section. Let's get on to the next section. After creating a Shopify free trial, the next step is for you to find your way in the dashboard. So if you're new to Shopify, you probably don't know what all these are for. And that's what we want to do in this video. I'm just going to do a quick overview of the Shopify dashboard for you as a beginner. So here we have all the tools you're going to need to get your website running. And here we have the settings. So first of all, let's just click on settings down here. And most of these items are self-explanatory. So you can just click on each of them to see what each of them does. So if you want to set up your payment options, maybe you want to get paid via PayPal or Stripe, you can do that in there. You want to change any settings in your taxes, you can change that there. Maybe you want to withhold tax and all that, you can change the percentages for that inside here. And just click on each of these to see what they all do. So that's settings. And then we have online store. So this is where you're going to design your store. If you click here on online store, you're going to see that we do have themes, blog post, pages, navigation, domains, and the preferences for the online store. You can click on them, and as the name of this suggests, they do exactly what they imply. So for instance, pages, you can create pages here. You want to create an about page, you want to create contact us page, you can create that there. Blog posts, you can create blog pages, you can create a blog page and add all your blog posts just like you'd normally do on WordPress. And navigation, of course, this is where you're going to add your menu items. So you'll see how to work with each of this at some point in this tutorial. So just follow the videos in the playlist. So if you come this side, you're going to see that online store is password protected. You can disable the password. If you click there, it will take you to where you can disable the password. You can also come here under preferences. And once you get here under preferences, you can just scroll down and you will see the option to disable the password, or you can change the password. So if you do change the password, you can preview your store as you build it. To preview the store, just click here on the eye icon. That's going to show you the store. We're going to change the theme and we're going to design it. So for now, don't worry about it. So you are going to need the password. So as long as you're under the trial, as long as you're still under the trial, you cannot disable the password. You'll only be able to change it. Just change the password. You can change the password right there. And once you change it, it will be enabled for the site. So that's where you can remove the password. Let's go back here to online store, and here under online store you can see that we do have themes, so you can change your theme here, and you're going to see how to do all that. You can change, activate, edit your theme right there. And if you want to design the home page or any other pages, just click there on customize and you'll be able to customize all these elements. Of course, you're going to change the theme. So this is a default theme that comes with Shopify, but you can change themes. So if you come here under theme, you go to the theme library, you're going to see that there are free themes and there are also premium themes that you can buy and use. Free themes are okay, you can use those as well. And you're going to find a free theme that you can use for this store. And pages, you can create pages, navigation, all this, you're going to look at them at some point. If you need to add products, you have to come up here, just click on products, and then you'll be able to add products. You can add collections. Collections are just a way to group your products. This is a way to categorize the products. And you can also manage the inventory for the products. And we're going to look at some of this when we get to adding products. And then you can look at the customers, your customer data, people who've purchased from you. You can find all the details here. You can look at your analytics just to see how your shop is performing, total sales, and all this data. So you can see Shopify is very friendly for beginners. You don't need to do anything major. All the features have already been added here for you. You don't need to add anything really. And then here under marketing, you can see the marketing options that Shopify provides for you, and you can take advantage of some of this, or you can use your own marketing means. And you can also create discount codes. If you do have coupons that you're giving out, you can create discounts right here. And if you need to add any features to Shopify, maybe there are certain things that are not available and you want them on your Shopify store, you can go to the App Store, you can go to the Shopify apps just to see if there are solutions that are already available for you to use. And if you want to see the apps that are available, you can just click there. And once you get here to the Shopify App Store, what you can do is you can just come in here and search for an app. Maybe you want a Facebook app or you want a pop-up app. You can just search for it, and I'm sure there will be a result for you. There are many apps that you can find on the Shopify App Store. So let's say I search for pop-ups. You can see we do have this, and maybe you want to use this to add some kind of exit intent on your Shopify store. You can read about it, look at the reviews. If you're satisfied, then you can use it. If not, you can find a different one, and make sure that you look at the pricing, because the pricing for any app will affect the cost of running your online store. So if you get an app which is like $20 or $13 a month, that will be added on top of your Shopify plan. So just find an app that works well for you, and there are many options that you can choose from. So if you want to add an app, you can just click add app, and you look at the permissions that the app will require, and you can confirm that you want to add it by clicking on install. But I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to forget about that for now. So we've looked at most of this. Once people make orders on your store, of course, you'll come here to fulfill the orders. So if there are any orders, you'll just come in here and you'll fulfill your orders right here. If there's anything special that you need to do, you will do it here. Maybe you need to add certain details for the customers. You can do that here. You need to set the order as shipped, or just any fulfillment that is relevant to whatever you're selling. You can do that here. And you can also look at the abandoned checkout. So if people come in and they don't finish the checkout, you'll find their details here, and you can remarket to them. So That's something that you can do here. And there are also certain apps that can help you to take care of this. So if people do abandon their checkouts, you can send them an email to remind them to continue the checkout process. So that's something that you can do. And you're going to see how to do that at some point in this Shopify tutorial. So make sure you're watching the tutorial in the playlist. So that's it for this video. So what I've done is I've given you a brief overview of the Shopify admin dashboard. So you can find the settings here and just go through all of these others and see what I didn't cover and may be important to you. So that's it for this section. I will see you in the next section. So before I end the video, just a reminder how to log into your store. You can just copy that up to the admin point, your store link.myshopify.com/admin, and then if you copy that, you can save it somewhere or you can bookmark it. And if you go to a private window, you'll be able to log in, because if you don't know the name of your store, you may have problems logging in. So just make sure that you do copy this link and save it somewhere. That's going to help you to log into your admin dashboard if you want to maintain and manage your store. So that's it for this section. I will see you in the next part. Before we start adding products, let's first of all see how you can preview your store. So log into your dashboard, and if you go here under online store, you're going to see the option to add a password for your Shopify store when you're building it. So to preview the store, you can just click on this icon and you can preview your store like that. So another thing that is important in previewing your store is the password. So in case it asks for a password, you can change the password right here. Click here on online store, and then you can see it says that my store is password protected. So if I click here, I can go and see the password, and I can also change the password. You can do the same here. If you come here under preference and you scroll down, you can change the password. So you just come in here, change the password, and then click on save. And if people need to preview the site, they will need to get the password from you. So share the password with whomever you want to preview the site and give you feedback or change something for you. So that's it for this video. You've seen how to preview your Shopify store. So that's it for this section. You've seen how to preview your Shopify store. The next process is for us to add products. In this section, let's see how to add products on our Shopify store. So the objective is to show you how you can add different types of products. We're going to see how you can add a product without any variations, and then you're also going to see how you can add variations to your products. Something that is important for you as an online seller is for you to decide what you want to sell. It's paramount that you know exactly what you want to sell, and you don't sell many products, and try not to sell so many products on your store. Just sell the products that are very niched down, and you can target the audience with specific messages, specific marketing tactics, and that's much easier than creating a general store. In fact, it's even better to have a one product store. If you manufacture or make a particular product, you have a much better chance of success just selling that product and marketing that product to the specific people that you're trying to target. So with that said, let's see how you can add products. So to add a product, you'll just come here under products and let's click on it, and you're going to see we have all these options. Here, all your products will be listed under all products. Inventory, you can manage your inventory if you decide to check Shopify as the inventory manager, and you're going to see how to do that inside of when we start adding product. You can just click on the inventory to be managed by Shopify, and you can perform inventory transfers. You can create collections. You're going to talk about collections in a moment. That's also important in product creation. And then you can set up gift cards for your customers. So before I start creating the products manually, because in this I'm going to create the products manually, maybe you're trying out dropshipping. If you're trying out dropshipping, what you can do is you'll come here under apps and you can learn about Oberlo. You can use Oberlo you can create products using Oberlo. So if you come here under apps, just up here, you can just click there to search and search for Oberlo. You can choose Oberlo app and you can add the app. So this is basically an app that allows you to find products that you can dropship. So there are lots of tutorials for this and it's very easy to use. If you want to add products using Oberlo, you can do that as well. It's not difficult to use at all. Very easy to use and you can learn more about it. Just add the app and you can go to YouTube and find a tutorial about Oberlo just to show you how you can add products. That is, if you're doing dropshipping. So coming back here to add our first product, we're just going to click there. Right now we don't have any. I'm just going to click there, add product. Let's see what this does. When you click on find product. Okay, so you can check that. This will help you to see the kind of products that you want. If any of these are of interest to you, maybe you want to do print on demand, you can try that. And Oberlo is for dropshippers mostly, even this one. You can read this to see how beneficial they could be to you as a new Shopify user. All right, so let's click on add product. And I do have this sample content. This is just sample content that I'm going to add for my store. And my store, as I said, is going to be a menswear. And I'm only going to add very few products here, just t-shirts and shirts, and that's it. So just to have a sample of variations, this is what I have. I'm going to have short sleeves and I can have polos as well. And I can also have long sleeve and just formal shirts. These are going to act as my collections, and collections are just categories. So how you can categorize your different products. So that's what this is about. So I can use this as my collections, which we are going to create as well. So let's create the first shirt and we're just going to copy that. And you give the shirt a title. Make sure that the name is very descriptive of the item and you don't add a lot of useless information. Like you can see, this has lots of useless information because I just copied this from eBay. So you can see some of this. I really know that's useful. Just make sure the title is very explanatory and it matches what a customer may search for. So a customer may search for something like plain t-shirt for men, and then you add the description. So here under description, make sure your description is easy to read. To create a description that's easy to read, you should probably use headings. You should add product images, people using the image, and you should as well add your description in bullet formats. So for me, these are just samples, but in your case, make sure that the product description clearly tells the customer what the product is about. You should probably use bullet format for most of the items. You should use bullet format. So this, I can make that heading 2. You can also add images of people using the product. So whatever you're selling, make sure you add images, because images are the best sellers of your product because they give people an idea of how the product is going to look like on them and how the product may be used. So I can insert an image there, and note that this is not the thumbnail image for the product. You're going to see where you can add that. So you can add an image right within the product description. You can upload, you can use images that you already have. I don't have any. I can upload a file and I can select it. And of course you need to add an image alternative text. This is good for SEO. And I'm just going to paste in the title. Make sure the image alternative text is descriptive of the product as well and SEO friendly. So if this was an image of someone using the product, it would really be nice. So please note that I'm still just adding the product and the theme. I might change the theme that I use on my site. So first of all, let me just save this and then we can preview we can preview what we've done so far. Please note that you need to change the status of the product. So you can make it active or you can make it a draft. And to make it active, so I will click there to make the product active, and then I will save. Once I do that, I can add the actual product images for this. So media, this is what the product is going to look like. These are going to be the image for the product. So if you go here online, do we have a way to get to that product? You can see it doesn't have an image yet. So I can add an image here. Let's add a file, and I can add that. I can even add another variation of the product. I can say maybe there's a different color for the product. So let's just assume that this is one product and I don't have variations yet. I'm going to show you how to add variations after this. So let's add the white as well. So these are variations of the product, and you're going to see how to deal with variations. Maybe you want to add different colors, different sizes. You're going to see how to do that next. So down here, you just need to add the details for the products. And if you want any of these images to become the main image, you can change the image just by dragging the image that you want as the main image. And then the price, you can change the price here. So you can see my currency is different. Let me change the currency, and you can change the currency by going here under settings. Just open up settings in a new tab, and then go into general settings. Under general, just scroll down until you get to the store currency, and you can change it to whichever you want. I want to change this to dollars. And then I will save. And once I change that, if I come back to the product that I was creating, and let me just refresh the page so that the currency change will get reflected. So my currency is now in dollars, and I can change this to, let's say, $9. And you can compare a price. So price comparison, you're going to see this once I click on save. You're going to see what this implies. Okay, price. Let's come in here, reload. And if I look at this, you're going to see the price is $9. The price of the product is $9. But if I come here and I say, let's compare the price at maybe $12. Let's save that. So it's going to be like there's a discount of $3 for the item. So just keep an eye out on this. And you're going to see that when I do that, it's like the price has now been reduced to $9 and you're getting an offer. So most of the times you should probably do this for your items to make them more attractive to your customers. So you can add this here, cost per item, and these calculations will be done for you. So maybe you bought them at $2 each, $3, and you can look at the profits, and it's going to calculate that for you right here. This could be beneficial to you if you're looking for a specific profit on every product and you want to see how much you're going to get or the percentage you're going to get on every item that you sell. And then you can charge tax. If you do want to charge tax, you're going to need to go to settings. If you go into settings and then you go into taxes, you can change the taxes. So you can manage, add the VAT tax rates that applies for your country, and you can also do that for the rest of the world. If you want to add tax, you're going to need to do that. If you don't want to, on the product creation page, just check, do not charge tax, and there won't be any tax that will be added to the cost of the product. And then inventory, you can add this queue. This will probably help you to manage your inventory well, like this is called, hence plain. So I can call this, where is that, inventory. It can help you to know the products. And if the product is easy to order, maybe you can get it within a day or less than a day. You can just say, as long as somebody wants to buy it, they can still buy it even though it's out of stock. However, if it is difficult to order and it takes a while to order, you should probably leave this unchecked. So this is about inventory. You can track the inventory for the items that you currently have. So under inventory, you can add how many products are available, the quantity of the inventory right there. You can say maybe 10 are available at this point. And you can also check the inventory history for these products and it will lead you there. And you can say this is a physical product. So you can also sell digital products on Shopify. And if you want to do that, you'll just uncheck that, okay? And this is going to get rid of various items that are not necessary for digital products. So by default, they assume that the product you're selling is a physical product. So if it is not, uncheck that. And then you can add the weight of the product if you're charging shipping, and you're going to see how you can charge shipping for the different products. And then all this, you can ignore this. And then we're going to see how to create products in the next variants in the next section. That's what we're going to do in the next section. And then, of course, you need to edit your website's SEO. First of all, let's save all the changes we've made. And you can click there on website SEO, and this is going to be the title that will be displayed on the Google search, and this is going to be the description that will be on the Google search as well. So make sure it's something that is enticing. Maybe get this affordable plain t-shirt. So make sure that you include SEO and that take care of that as well. Make sure it is an enticing title which will invite people in to buy the product. So this is what it might appear like on Google if you search for it, if people search for it. And then of course the URL, you want to make sure that your URL is short. You can see this is a very long one. So we're going to change this to Hanes men's. So that's much shorter. And that is acceptable. So make sure it is a short title. Change the URL of your products. You can also create a redirect if you're changing the link, the URL for a product. You can just click there and it will redirect this into that, but I don't want to do that. On this side, let's look at what we have. As we said, you can activate or you can make it a draft. Down here as well, you can archive the product or delete the product. If you don't want to sell it anymore, but you may sell it in future, you can just archive the product or delete the product. Sales channels. So maybe you're selling using any other Shopify channel. So right now the main channel is your online store, and by default that's the one that will be used here, but you may have other channels. So other channels that you may add could be Facebook and all the other channels that are available. You can find those under settings. If you go into settings and then you come into sales channels, you can add sales channels. So you can have all this. Maybe you're selling on Amazon. You can add a buy now button on your WordPress, or you can sell through Facebook. All this, just click on them to see all the options that you have with each of them. But in most cases, you're probably just going to end up selling on your online store. So in case of any analytics sales, you will be shown some of the data right here. This is a very important part, and this part will help you to organize your products. So you can have product type. This is a t-shirt. So make sure you add these products so that you can use them later on if you need to organize your products into different categories. And then the vendor, of course, you're the one selling, but you can add other vendors. maybe you have different brands that you're selling, you can click there to add a different vendor. You can click that to add a different vendor, but this is probably just going to be you, so it doesn't really matter. Collections. Now you can add collections, and you're going to see how to add collections. And then tags. Now, as for tags are just a way for you to identify the products. So maybe, like in this case, this is a t-shirt. So an accurate tag that I could use for this would be something like short sleeve t-shirt. And then I'll click there, add tag. So just tag your products based on how you understand your products. That's why it's important for you to sell items that you understand. And then once we create collections, we're going to create collections based on the tags, or we're going to create collections, automatic collections based on the tags. So collections can be manual or automatic. So I'm going to click there on short sleeve t-shirt. And then I will save. Okay, so let's preview. Once we save, and if I refresh, you can see we do have a 404 error, and that's because we changed the URL. So if you don't want to experience that, when you are changing this link, you would have clicked on the icon there, and that would have redirected the item to this page to avoid the 404. So that's why you had that issue, and I chose not to do that. But it doesn't matter. I can just go back. I can refresh this page, and I will open it again. So you can see that's all we have here, and that's going to mark the end of this video. That's going to mark the end of this section. The next step I was going to do was to create variations for this product, because we do have different colors and we do have different sizes. That's what I was to do. However, I'm going to show you how you can create collections, because we cannot continue without adding collections to these items. So let's see how to create collections in the next section. In the last section, we created this product. Now, let's see collections. Let's talk about Shopify collections. So collections are just categories, how you can categorize your products. Like for instance, in my store, I'm selling menswear. So that means that I can categorize my products as shirts, or if I was selling trousers, I would have had that as a collection. If I was selling shoes, that would have been a collection, but I'm only selling shirts and t-shirts. So I can have long sleeve t-shirts, short sleeve t-shirts. I can even have shirts, collections. Just create collections based on how you want to create them. You saw me adding tags in this product. So one thing I can do is I can use those tags to create a collection. So let me come here under collections, and I'm going to create different collections. And you can see here we already have a collection for home, and you can just delete this because it's really not important to us. So once you select it, you can just delete collection. I can create a collection, and the first one I want to create. Now the good thing with this is you can also use this as a point for search engine optimization for your store. So you can add a title here, an SEO friendly title, and then you add SEO friendly description for this item. Okay, just learn some basics of SEO and how you can do on-page content SEO to write relevant key optimized articles that will probably help your store to rank higher than other stores that don't care about stuff like this. But if you're the one that cares, your product, your store is probably going to rank for various keywords that you decide to rank for. So for me, the first collection I want to create is short sleeve t-shirts. And then you can add a description here. So you can add a description, you can even add images. Just make sure you're trying to optimize your website, okay? It's all about effort. you definitely need to add an image. Alt. It's all effort. Everything you do has a result when it comes to SEO. And then I'm going to insert that. Make sure this is all SEO optimized content. And then the collection type, you can choose to make it manual. So if it is a manual collection type, you can literally add products manually. If you're creating a manual collection type, maybe there are specific products that you want to group together, then you can do a manual collection type and you just click on manual and then you save. Once you click on save, you will be able to add products once you click on save, and you can see up here, you can search for products. Maybe you want to add a specific product, just search for the product. Maybe that's the product I want to add there. I will add that, but I don't want to work with manual. Is there a way for me to edit this back into automatic collection? Is there a way? Okay, apparently there isn't one. So you can add the collection image there. If you want to add a thumbnail, you can add a collection image there. But let's go back to collections, and I want to delete this because there's no way for me to edit it back to what I need it to be. So once I delete it, I will create the collection again. And now, once I do that, I will also add the collection image, and I want the image to be that. Now I want an automated collection type. So this is one which is automatically adds products that meet a certain criteria. So the conditions that I want to be met, I want, maybe if I have multiple conditions, I will choose, do I want all the conditions to be met, or do I want just any one of the conditions to be true for a product to be added into this collection? So you can use any of these items. Maybe the product title is equal to something, the product type is equal to something. Okay, you saw I added. If you come here under the product that we added, you'll see that the product type was a t-shirt. So if the product type is a t-shirt, maybe you want that to be added in the collection. Maybe you do want the product price is greater than a certain price. Look at all these options that you have here, and you can use that. So like for instance, maybe I do want a collection that has short sleeve t-shirts, and I also want one that has t-shirts. So if I do want one that has t-shirts, I can just choose product type and I will choose t-shirts, and that's going to add products here automatically. But if I do want the products added here to be short sleeved, like I want in this case, I do want the short sleeved only. So I'm going to choose product tag, and I'm going to choose the tag of short sleeved t-shirts. And then as soon as I do that, I can save and I will see my collection. However, you do need to work on your SEO as well. So make sure your SEO, you add a title there that is SEO friendly. And then you add a description that is also SEO friendly, and will try to entice people to click on your search results instead of clicking on other people's. So that's what this is about. Enticing title, enticing description. And then the URL, you can change the URL, but for me, I'm going to leave it as it is because it's very descriptive of my collection. So once I click on save, I can come in here. To click on view, and we can view the collection. So one problem that I can already notice with this theme, it first of all brings me this description. Probably people don't care for that. And then it lists the product. So if this was my site, what I would do, if this was a real site, what I would do is I would actually work on the CSS and then bring this up and bring this down, and it's really not that difficult. And if that's something that you want to do, just feel free to let me know, and I can put a video for that together. However, for now, you can just do away with the description and just add the title. Okay, but it's important to have the description because it is important for SEO. So that's how you can create collections in Shopify. So you've seen in this video, just a recap, you can create automatic collections or you can create manual collections. And with automatic collections, you can use any of these items to automatically add products to your collections, right? So I will see you in the next video. And in the next section, what I want us to do is I want us to see how we can add the different types of collections to this, the different types of variations to this product, because we do have different colors. We have different colors of this product, and we also have different sizes. So if that's something that you want to see how you can do, make sure you check out the next section. I will see you then. In the last section, you saw how to create collections. I did create this collection, which is an automatic collection that adds products based on the product tag, and I've also created this t-shirts collection that automatically adds products here based on the product type. So let's go ahead and see how to add variations to our products. And let's go back to the list of all our products. And I want to add variations to this because we do have different colors for the product, and we do have different sizes as well. So let's see how we can add them. I will click on the product to edit it, and then I can come down here, and where it says variants, I will just check on variants, and I can add option 1. So the options we're going to have are an option for the size. The size, we do have the different sizes for different body types, different body sizes, and we're also going to add another option for the different colors. So size, first of all, let's add the different sizes, and I cannot separate the options with a comma. So the size, you're going to have medium, large, XL, double XL, and so on. That's pretty much it. You can add others if you want to. Just type it and then add a comma, type, add a comma. And we also want to add another option. And the second option is color, and we do have black, blue, and white, and separate them with a comma. So that's pretty much it. I can click on save, and just in case these items still have different prices as well, you can change that here. As soon as you've added all these different variations for the products, you can also change the color. You can also change the prices for each. Maybe there are different colors. You can change the different prices for each of the items. Maybe you also want to change anything else about the medium black, medium blue. You can just click there and edit all this. Maybe you want to change the image for that. This is the medium black, the image color. Okay, the color for that. Let's just make it black. And what else can we change here? You can change the price if you want to change the price for this particular one. And you can also change the quality. Maybe you do have a small quantity of that or a large quantity of that. You can change all these details about your variations in Shopify. And anything else that you want to change for that product, you can do that as well. So medium blue. Let's go back to product and see if we can change something in mass. So like for the blue, can I change? Okay, open bulk editor. For this one, you can even change the SKU to automatically match the color. The SKU sometimes is very important. It helps you to identify your product when you're looking at it in various analytics. You can also change the color for all of them if you do want to change that. Let's go back. Blue is selected, and then let's try and click here on add images. Blue, done. And then white, let's add images, done. And then I will save. And then as for black, let's do the same. We add the images, done. And we can come in here, and if we reload, you'll see that now we have our variations. You can choose a different color. You can choose a different size and a different color. And if you change the color, it also changes. So the white hasn't changed. Let's see why. Let's select white and then add image, and let's choose white. Done. And then save. And let's refresh and Excel. So you probably need to do that manually. Just come in here and edit them manually. And you can change the color. So I don't know why it's not changing, but the color seems to be right. That's how to create variations in your Shopify products. If you want to create variations, that's exactly how to create them. So you've seen how to create variations. So for the next few minutes, I'm just going to go off screen and I'm going to add more products. And then when I come back, we're going to see how we can design our store, because this is not what we want. So we can even use this default theme. I'm going to show you how you can change the theme if you want to, but I think this theme is just okay to use. All right, so we're just going to stick with this theme, but I will show you how you can change the theme in the next section. That's the first thing I'm going to do, is show you how you can change the theme. Maybe you want to try a different theme. I'm going to show you how you can do that. See you then. Something I didn't show you in the last section is how you can crop your images once you upload them on your Shopify product page. So just click on this. And if you want to crop an item up, if you want to crop an image, just come down here and click on crop and rotate. And you can crop it based on different aspect ratios. I prefer freeform. I can crop it however I like. So with freeform, you can crop it however you like. So you can crop it that way. You can even crop it higher if you want to. When you're sure you're done cropping, just come in here and click on done, and that's going to crop it for you. You can also draw anything on this if you want to. Okay, maybe you want to bring attention to something. You can do that using these drawing tools that you have here. But I'm going to reset. I don't need to do this. And then I'll click on done. And you can also resize the image. If you want it to be a certain length and a certain width and a certain height, you can change the pixels right there. I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to click on done, and I'm going to click on done once again. And as soon as I do that, I can click on close to close out of that. And another thing that I didn't show you as well was how you can add, that you need to add for your variations, you need to add the quantity of the product. So I can bulk add all of them, and I show you how to do bulking. So I can select all. So when you click on all, it's going to select all of them, and I can edit quantity. I can edit all those other items. Let me just say I want to make everything 10. So I will apply to all, and it's going to update all of them, and then I can click on save. Right? And you can also click on that if you want to add an image for a specific item, like the black one. Maybe you want to use that, done. Or you want to add the color black to only the black ones. Just click there to select the black, and then add images. That, done. And you're going to see it updates all these images. And then white. Let's select white. And we come here and add images for the white one. Done. And then for the red one as well, add images, red, and you can save. And that's pretty much it for this section. I'll see you in the next section. Let's see how to duplicate a Shopify product. So just click on the product that you want to duplicate. and I'm going to select this one. And up here, you can just click on duplicate, and you can change the title to match the new product. And you can select the items that you want to, and I'll just select even the inventory quantities. You can also check that, but I'm going to uncheck that. And then product status, of course, we want to set this to active. I'm just going to click on duplicate product. And as such, the product has been duplicated. So if we come here under all our products, let's see if it's available. Let's come here under all products. And you're going to see that the product has been duplicated. Let's go and edit it. And we can add an image. So once you duplicate the product, ensure that you add the media once again, and then come down here and see which items will need to be updated. The stock, you can update that. All the other features of the variations, you can update that as well. And for this, let me change the black. Let me add the black colors. So I'm going to select black, add image of black, give the image of black to that, and then the white ones. I will come here, add the image for the white ones, white, and then finally the red one, add image for the red one, save, and if we refresh, you're going to see the product is now showing up there. And if you need to change the prices or anything else, you can do that. So one thing I can notice here is that some of my product images, they are not aligning. So what you need to do is make sure that all your images are of the same proportion. So if the height is 900 pixels, make sure that all the images you use in your shop are 900 pixels. You can edit them, and there are lots of free editing tools that you can use. And on Windows or on Linux, I usually use GIMP. It's kind of, once you learn how to use it, you're going to love it because it's free and you can use it on any platform. Let's see which platforms it's available for. So it's a cross-platform tool for Windows, Mac, and Linux. So it's free for all these platforms. It's very powerful. You can use it. Just learn how to use it. It's not that difficult. Okay, so that's it for this video. In this section, let's talk about Shopify themes. And in this video, I just want to concentrate on the themes that are available on the Shopify repository. So the first thing, go to your online store, click there on online store. If you do want to edit your theme, you can click here to customize. And this is where you're going to design your theme. You're going to change images and so much more. These are all the sections that are available on this page, and you can edit them appropriately. So that's pretty much standard for every theme that you get, but some of the features may be different. But this is exactly how you'll be able to edit all different themes that you decide to install on Shopify. If you do want to even edit the code for your theme, you can just click there and you'll be able to add code in the various templates that you want to edit on the particular theme that is currently active. And you can even download the theme file if you do want to download this theme. If you want to change themes, you can just come down here, just scroll down, and you're going to see the theme library. And you see here, the first thing I want to talk about is you can upload a theme. So if you do have a theme that you purchased from a different platform that is not available on the Shopify theme repository, then you can just click here to upload the theme. Once you upload it, you'll have to activate it to make it the default theme, to make it the active theme. So that's something you can do as well. You can buy themes from places like Theme Forest and any other places that sell custom Shopify themes. And we do have free themes that are available on the Shopify repository, and you can also go and check out the theme store. So you can visit the theme store. This is going to take you to themes.shopify.com. So once you get here and you don't know which theme you want, what you can do is you can just come here to explore the themes. And you see here, you can drill them down based on the price. There are currently 9 free themes, and then there are also paid themes. You can just come into whichever theme that you want to preview. Let's say you want to preview all of them, and perhaps you're just interested in the free themes. This is the one that is default. This is the one that is currently default on all Shopify stores. If you do want to check this, you can just open that in a new tab. And if you want to preview it, you want to check the demo, just click there to view the demo. And this is a nice way to just get an idea for how a theme is going to look like on your Shopify store if you use the same design principles. Let's say this is the one that you want to install. You can just click there to add the theme. And let's just do this as an example. I add the theme. Let me just click on that. And then I'll just come back to online store. And you can see this is currently our default theme, but let's see if the one that we've installed is now available for us to use. And if you come here, you're going to see that the one that we installed has been added here. So what you can do if you want to make it your default theme, you can just come here under actions and then you can publish. So when you publish it, it's going to become your active theme. So just click there to publish. And so if you come up here, you're going to see that this is the default theme now, the active theme, and you can just come in here and customize it just like the other one. And I still have this window open for the debut theme, and you see that it's pretty much just the same process. If you want to add a section, you can do so. But this is not the theme that is currently default, so I'm probably going to get some issues there. Let's come back here, and if you do want to add any section here, these are sections. You can make them visible or invisible. Let us scroll all the way back to the top, and up here, if you don't want any of these sections not to show up, if you don't want any of these sections to show up, you can just make it hidden, just make it invisible, and you can add your own sections as much as you want to. All right, so this is not a video about how to design your shop. We're going to see how to do that in upcoming videos. For now, that's how you can install your theme. If you do want to install a theme, and you can just customize it, make it active and customize it. Now, the last thing I want us to look at is there are certain times that you may want to add some custom code to your theme. So if you do want to add code, you'll just come in here under add actions, and then you'll click on edit code. But before you do that, especially if you're a complete beginner, the best thing you can do for yourself is you need to duplicate this theme. And when you duplicate it, you're going to get the theme in its default state. And if you look down here, you're going to see that you do have the copy of the debut. It should be the copy of narrative. This should be the copy of narrative, not the copy of debut. But let's just see if we remove this. Remove. And then we come back and we try to make a duplicate of the narrative theme. Okay, so that's what I want, the copy of narrative. So the point of this is just to make sure that this is like a backup of the theme. So if you want to edit the code, just come in here. First of all, you duplicate it just for safety reasons. And then you come back here under edit code. Now, the way Shopify works is that there are all these templates, and these templates are the ones that are responsible for adding content to your theme. And you can learn all about this. The Shopify documentation is very thorough, and you can use it to find your way around editing any of these themes. Like, let's say you want to add something on all pages. If you want to add something on all pages, you can look at this page.liquid. This is the one that's responsible for adding items on a page. This is the one that shows content within your page. Okay, so maybe you want to add something on the products page. You can do that right here. You can edit all these elements here. Maybe you're adding some HTML. You can find out about how to work with Liquid template. Liquid is a custom templating engine by Shopify, and that's what they use for all this. So if you don't know about this, you don't need to worry about this. There are lots of people who can help you to do all this, who can help you to customize your theme in any way that you want to. You also have sections here, and these are, maybe you want to add something on the footer. You can add something on the footer. Perhaps maybe you're adding something on the header. Where is the header? Maybe you're adding something on the header. You can add some content on the header. So if you don't know how to work with the Shopify templating engine, you'll probably have a hard time working with this. But If you want to learn how to work with Shopify themes, just go to the Shopify developer documentation and learn about Liquid, the templating engine that you can use to manipulate Shopify themes. So that's just something that I wanted to look at, but if this is something you're not interested in, then it's definitely not important to you and you should just ignore this part. So once you've made all your changes, you can just click to go back. Once you make the changes and save them, you can click to go back, right? And if you introduce any kind of errors into your theme by the changes that you made and you can't trace your steps back and delete the code that you added, you can just come in here under actions and you can publish the copy, and then you can publish the copy, right? And any customizations that you did will not be lost when you do that if they were already under this theme. So that's how to work with Shopify themes. If you do have questions about this, just feel free to let me know. I will see you in another section. For now, I will publish this theme. And then I will come to this one and I want to remove it. So I'm going to click there to remove, confirm, and that's going to end this section. So I'll see you next time. Hi, and welcome back to another section. So in the last section, what you saw was how to work with Shopify themes. You saw how to install a new theme if you want to, how you can duplicate the theme if you want to edit the code, how you can customize some parts of the theme if you do want to. Now, in this video, let's start designing our site. And to design your site, everything just comes here under customize. So if you're not already on this page, just click on online store and you're going to land on this page. So the first thing I want to do is I just want to use the default Shopify theme, which is debut theme. And I'm just going to come here and publish. So if you don't know how to install a theme, just go and watch the last section because I showed you how you can do that. And then I want to remove this because there's no point of having it. So let's see how we can design our site. And maybe at some other point, I will switch the theme and we can see what else we can do with a different theme. And that is only if I have the time and the energy. For now, let's just work with debut theme. So I'm just going to come here and customize. The first thing I want to talk about is all this, and you just want to find your way around the theme editor. So if you don't want to find your way around the theme editor, just know that every page that you've created, you can edit it. Just select the page that you want to edit. You can select product pages. Maybe you want to do something on the footer. You want to add something on the footer for the product pages only. Then you can add a content. Maybe you want to add some text. You do want to add a menu. Perhaps you want to add a menu of certain items, right? You want to add quick links, you can do that here. And you'll see how to work with menus. For now, let's just remove this. Just remove quick links. You want to work with a different page. Maybe you do want to change the error page for not found. You may want to edit this as well. So maybe the header. You want to change something about this. You want to change the logo for that. You want to show the announcement. The announcement is usually at the very top. If you do have an announcement to tell people, maybe you're having sales, you can add that at the top. And then maybe you want to change the footer for this. Okay, so if you don't want to change this, maybe you can probably change this using custom HTML. If you just go to the 4.4 template, you can change that. That's just finding your way around here. If you want to edit anything else here, if you have other pages that you want to edit, you can select them from there. So this video is just about finding your way around this editor. And if you want to edit any of these elements, image, you can select an image. You can use free images or you can upload an image. Let's look at the free images. Any theme that you choose to use on Shopify, you're always going to get these free images regardless of whichever theme you're using. So just as an example, let's say I want to use that. I can click it and then select it. So if you do want to edit anything about the image, you can change various elements about the image, various settings about the image. You do want to add the text overlay here. You want to change that, you can do that here. We're going to do that right now. I'm just doing an overview. And maybe you want to add a section on this. You can just select what you want to add. You can even add a slideshow if you do want to. I know most people like slideshows. So if you want to add a slideshow, you can do that right here. You can add an image on slide 1, select an image. Let's use that. Select that. And you can add title, subheading, and all this text. You can change that right here. Those are very easy to find right here. And then let's say you want to select that image again. So let's use a different image for the second slide. I can use that. You can edit all these different settings for that image and then just go back. If you do want to add another slide, you can do that as well. And then you can choose to auto rotate the slides. And after how long? Maybe after 5 seconds, you can change the image and so on and so forth. And maybe you want the slider to be up, so just drag it to the very top. And since you have the slide up there, you probably may want to remove this one. Okay. And if you don't want to delete this, you can just select it and then you come in here and you click remove section, and that's going to remove that section. So you can literally delete all these elements, all of them, and then just add the items that you want to add on your store, on your front end, without having to use the ones that are already available here for you. Anything that you want to change, you can just click, and regardless of the theme that you're using, all these elements will be available for you to choose and edit as you wish. So in this video, you've just seen an overview of how you can customize the page. In the next section, let's start designing our store. And my store is about menswear. So we're going to design our store based on that. And of course, before I do anything, I have to save for the changes to reflect on the front end. That's it for this video about how to customize your Shopify theme, your Shopify store, basically how you can customize any page on your store. I'll see you in the next section when we start designing our store based on our own branding, which is for men's wear. So I'm going to see you in that video. Let's meet then. Let's start designing our online store. So first, let's just go here and have a preview of what we currently have. I did an overview in the last video on how you can customize your store, and you can look at that video if you do want to. Let's go into online store, and we want to start customizing our online store homepage. So just click there, customize. Let's just start from scratch, and what you can do is you can remove all these elements and we're going to add them. We're going to add the elements that we want. Even that slideshow, I can remove it. Text, columns, all these elements, I'll just remove all of them. I've removed all the content sections, and you can see our page is currently empty. So since my store is a menswear, sort of like a fashion website, so a fashion website is more visual than most, and that means that I can add a slider. However, if you're selling certain things like electronics, you don't really need a slider, because sliders are just images and they're going to add the load on your site. So if you want the homepage to load much faster, you should just use a still image if your store doesn't require a slider. But there are certain stores that definitely require a slider, and something like a fashion website, you should probably look into adding a slider. So I'm going to click there on add sections, and I'm going to add a slider as our first content element. I'm just going to scroll down, and I'm going to come here and images, and I'm going to select slideshow. You can select an image with text, all these kinds. You can select a gallery, but I'm going to select a slideshow. Then click on select. I will add the first image, and I want to upload an image. So once I've uploaded the image and it shows up here, I'm going to say the reasoning behind the images that I'm using for my slider. So I'll click select. You can change all this content. You can see image, slide. So the idea is that when somebody comes to your site, this is an online store, they need to know in a glance what exactly your store is all about. So if you sell shirts, you sell electronics, whatever you're selling, just make sure that the homepage in a first glance above the fold is pretty descriptive of the item that you're selling, and they can get an idea of what you sell. So for me, I'm going to save, and when I save, I can come in here and refresh. And when I do that, you'll see that our image has changed. And let's change this text as well. So let it say something that is pretty descriptive of our site, so that when somebody comes in, they will get an idea of what the store is all about. That's very important. You need to let people know in advance what the store is all about. I'm going to come into the header and I can say something like, we sell men's wear. All right, so once I do that, I can just click to save. You can also add a button here. Maybe you want to send them directly to the shop. Just say view catalog. And you can add the button link. You can choose, just choose products, then all products. So something else, let's just come in here and I want to show you, you can change your designs. You can change your designs colors. If you come back out here and you come down to theme settings, you can change the colors for buttons and so on. So just know that you can come in here and change the primary buttons, all the different colors that you want to change. You want to change for your site so that it can match your design and branding. You can do that here. So there we have one slideshow. And let me just refresh the page so that it can reflect it on this end as well. So coming back to our slideshow, let's look at the different settings that we have for this. You can change the slide height. If you do want it to be smaller or medium, you can change the height as it was initially. You can change the size there. You can change the size of the texts. You can make them larger. The text alignment, of course, you want that in the center. And you can add the shadow overlay. So that's going to make the text on the home page larger. And of course, we do want the shadow overlay. And you can auto rotate the slides, definitely. So if you just want one image, you can just do that and remove that, okay? But you're going to add auto rotation, and I'm going to add a second image. And I'll just click on select, and I can say a different heading here. So that's something you can do. If you do want to add a button, maybe you want this to link to a specific product collection, you can do that. So I'm just going to link this to the formal collection, and I can just say view formal catalog. And then I will add a link. If you do want to add a link here manually, you can just paste in a link, okay? That's possible. But I do want a collection, so I'm going to go under collections, and let's see if I do have a formal. Yes, I do have this. And you saw how to create collections. So if you don't know how to do that, just go back into the section about that and watch it. And I'm going to save. And if I reload, this, you can see that when somebody comes into the store, they can instantly just tell that, you know what, this store is definitely selling us a particular type of product. And that's what you want for your online store. So above the fold, make sure that the item that you're selling is identifiable to your online visitors. As soon as they come into your store on the homepage, they need to have an idea about what your store is all about. Like if you come to this store, you're definitely going to tell, you can definitely tell that, all right, this store sells stuff for men. And we've also added here, that's in the title, and it's pretty much everywhere. So if you're looking for a present, maybe for a boyfriend, or you're just a guy looking for your own shirt, you'll definitely feel like this is a place where you can get what you're looking for, because it's pretty descriptive just on the homepage. So make sure you think about that when you're designing your homepage. It's very important for people to know exactly what your store is all about. So that's it for this video, and in the next one, let's continue designing this, and we're going to see how we can add various collections down here in the different content categories with the different content categories that we have. So if you come in here, we do have content sections that we can add, and we're going to see what else we can add down here so that our homepage has a lot more to tell. So I'll see you in that next video. See you then.